It's football time, and we scored a dime. Football's on, so let's smoke a bong. TGIF. On this week's very special episode of Thank God It's Fantasy, All the Smoke with Ron and Barrett. Oh, wait, I thought we were getting Carrot, or the Menos Mas sign guy. Are they all the same guy? That's convenient. Anyway. Ron and Barrett go one-on-one interview style program like the South Beach sessions, but it's like Stone Beach sessions. Am I right? More like South Baked sessions. But don't let that fool you. There are a couple of mystery guests along the way. So without further ado, we got corn chips. There's some corn chips.
All right, mic check now. Can you hear me?
That's better.
Yeah, that's not muted at all.
Let's
right.
Go. Shit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the genius move of smoking something that's going to fuck with my voice while I record is fantastic.
Hey, let me join you.
Hey, sounds like a plan. Get settled in. A little pregame.
So yeah, have you been a long time fan before, or did you just get a Lebatard?
No, I've been listening for years. The biggest thing for me, like when they finally were on the pirate phase, is like, how long till Stu Gatz admits out in the open that he smokes? Like the hints had just been getting bigger and bigger. Take my walk, Dan. I gotta go to the garage.
Yeah, I've always loved how he would have to be cheeky about that.
Right.
And then it was as soon as they're not a part of Disney anymore, they're drinking on TV. They're talking about doing a Stu Potts episode.
Yep, like, that's the key. Get Disney out of the equation.
So I will tell you this. My first, I listened to the show for probably about a year. Not every day. Before I actually got the show, though, you know what I mean?
Right.
And whenever they did the Polygraph Stu Gatz episode, that's when I got it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And all of this is paid for by Disney. Yeah. Yes.
I think that's where Dan nails it. That the only reason that was allowed to carry on is that nobody was paying any attention to them. Like, if they would have known, they would have stopped us a long time ago.
Yeah, if any executives watched the show, they would have had something to say.
Yeah, it was clear they did not. Well, I guess the funny thing with Twitter is, and I've noticed as we've kind of put together this TGIF group, everybody's got their Twitter name, and then later you find out their real name. So what am I actually referring to you as?
So you can call me Barrett.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. That is my name. I'm not one of these people who's trying to be anonymous out there, even though maybe I should be, because I'm going to be teaching full time soon. But whatever. We'll go down that road when it happens.
Yeah, right. Scrub the timeline when it's needed.
Exactly.
Because I guess you'd been mentioned 2 or 3 times on the show. And I didn't even realize when I was talking to you that you were the guy that Steak and Pam had mentioned. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So apparently I said that confusion with the names. That straightens some things out.
Yeah. Salute Pam and Steak. Those are my people. So is Cap. Love them people.
Hot damn.
Yeah, boy. We out here. This is Stone Beach Chesed. And you're cool with your name on the screen, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. You just call me Ron. Yeah,
Ron. Nice to meet you, man.
So are you the dude from Christie's Template from Moss?
Ooh, this one got me.
I know, just great audio right here.
All the smoke with Ron and Barrett.
Whoever came up with this, just genius. Just great audio.
Yeah, for real. Spiking all over the place. That at Mossy Minos, there was, Cy McFly, the sign guy, the Roy Hibbert trash can sign guy, he made a side for Basibitos and kind of like hid it so that somebody could get some love or whatever. I guess he just didn't want to hold it all day or whatever.
Fair.
Our boy John, salute John from Miami, he finds this thing and just gives it to me. And it says Tunde Tony and Sugats.
Okay.
And I basically stayed in that exact same spot for the next 3 hours while they were doing the bits on stage and whatnot.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, actually, is what the hell was on it? Because first time I saw it was the template.
Yeah. So Sugats was on one side, and then Tunde Tony was on the other side. And so, whoever was actually up on stage, that's who I was giving the love to for the crew put together crew.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess that was more stoned than anything. But
happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
Not a Bob.
Bob.
But yeah, so that shit went really well, and I became a meme. It was so much fun. You have no idea.
Well, I know, that's what I was just looking through. I've got probably 6 or 7 pictures of you on my phone. That was just hilarious. I'm like, that my sign guy, he's great.
That since that's happened, I've gotten actually a little bit of Twitter sphere clout, and
nice.
I've found more people from Jacksonville.
Saw the Jags thing.
Salute Nick. Oh, huge Jags fan. Dude, that's my, maybe I'm low-key a masochist, but I love the Jags.
They had a couple of good runs in there.
What, the David Garrard year? Get out of here.
I mean, Blake Bortles.
That was the defense. That was Saxonville. Now we're getting into something totally different. You want to talk about Blake Bortles? I have never wanted to disown my franchise more than when they took on his 5th-year option. Oh, my God. I don't give a fuck how far we went in the playoffs. For them to pick up his next year option was atrocious.
And the best part was they picked it up right after they had shit-talked him. And we're basically we don't think this guy's good enough to go forward with. So all the writing was he was gone. And then it was, re-sign.
1-year prove-it deal. Why?
Yeah.
He had 1 year where he finished 3rd in MVP voting. And that's only because of Allen Robinson catching goddamn 16 touchdowns for him.
Right. Allen Robinson is a freak of nature. They've been wasting that man's talent.
Thank God it's fantasy.
I was wondering, I wanted to see if the Bortles thing would trigger you, but like I said, I'm a Steelers fan, so they got us in the playoffs. There ain't much I can say.
Well, and so that game and the Bills game were two of the most frustrating things ever because Blake Bortles gave y'all the ball back.
He tried.
So one of them, it was under 4 minutes, and the other one was under 2 minutes, and immediately our defense got the ball back both times. And it's look, man, Blake ain't it. You should have known.
Yeah, he tried to give it back. I'll give him that. There's definitely some effort on his. But look, guys, I tried to let you win. And you had the Brunel years. MJD, love fucking Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh, dude, I think he was better than Fred Taylor, honestly. And that's kind of a hot take around these parts.
And that's the next name I was going to mention. You guys put some beatings on us.
No, I mean, our defense has notoriously been something that's decent. You want to talk Mark Brunell years? I was born in 96.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's a little different.
I'm as old as the Jags, and right. As much as I've heard of the lore of Mark Brunell, I don't have a memory of him actually
fair.
Doing something crazy, man. It's not there. Hate to age myself like that, but yeah.
97, 98, they were still basically an expansion franchise. And I remember them giving us some losses that I was not fond of.
Now, you know what I'm not fond of is how prevalent the terrible towel is here in Jacksonville.
It travels.
That shit's ugly. Everybody travels here. I went to the Broncos game. Not last year. Oh, yeah, it might have been last year. And it was orange. The stadium was orange. It was crazy. Hey!
Look at this.
What's up? Yeah, welcome to my Stone Beach
Couple
session.
of stoners cutting it up.
Just getting stoned, huh?
I'm out here.
I just got back from a dispensary. I'm doing a story on there.
Oh, go ahead and plug your website.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing a story for?
420 follow up to see how much weed they sold on 420.
Oh, nice. I just get the suspicion that people were too preoccupied to be picking up that day. They get a lull in sales that's just kind of unexpected. I don't know. See, I would be interested to see how that shakes out.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they did phenomenal like the day before and that day, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, he said they were busy all day in their sales. That was the highest sales they've had since the first day.
Nice.
Of legalization in New Mexico.
Oh, that is cool.
Then I went to the dispensary. Then I went and did a story on a new macaroon shop that's opening up. We got some macaroons and some weed.
That seems like the right order to do that.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Take all day in the macaroon shop after that.
Yeah.
You need the just right one.
The lady's like, look, there's only so many options.
Like, no.
I could have dropped like $100 in there. I wanted to go like face first into the batch of gelato.
I've never actually even been to a dispensary. I'd look forward to that. We don't.
Where are you at?
I'm in Wisconsin.
It's not legal.
Oh, wow. You sound like it too when you say that.
Wisconsin. We're up here. Let me tell you. Wait.
Yeah, well, it got legalized here on April 1st.
Oh, yeah. I do remember you saying that.
Yeah. So it's,
the one time that I've been in one was in Washington State. We were in Seattle. I was actually underage. And I was just trying to like, hey, Mr. someone, because weed was legal there. Yeah, seriously. And so I find this couple, and this couple is so cool. And they've got a buddy who actually like owns his own shop out there.
Nice.
And so they called him up and kind of gave him the skinny. And he was like, just tell him to like come in and show his ID horizontal for the cameras and shit. He closed down the shop for 30 minutes, took me in the back, smoked a whole bunch of dabs with me. Like, I don't think I've ever been more high in my life, to be honest.
Nice. That first time's always a trip, though, man. It's like something you've been doing in the shadows your whole life and buying dirt weed from sketchy dudes. And it's just like
jars everywhere.
Now you got fucking like scientists talking all this crazy ass lingo. I was like, I don't know, cannabis, sativa, weed. Can I have some weed, please?
Do you want to go up? You want to go down? You need a nice mid-grade hybrid.
Yeah. Do y'all have Crippy, please? Do you know what that is?
I actually got some of that when I was in Florida years ago. That's the only time I've come across it.
I never heard of that. What is it?
I think that's just the older school term for good weed.
Oh,
I didn't think it was anything. Yeah, I thought it was just like before. It's like good weed before hydroponics. So it's not grown with hydroponics, I'm guessing. Okay.
Maybe that's like a regional slang for the upper level buds.
Maybe it is regional. Wow, I didn't even. We always had that.
Kind Buds and Nugs was the two big ones around here.
Yeah.
But I assumed that was nationwide. But again,
Nugs is. We say Nugs. Yeah.
We just had dirt weed, and dank.
Swag. Swag was the shitty stuff.
Yeah, swag for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we pretty much got the national derivatives.
Well, and then so speaking of, there's one that we missed. Salute Cap, because he just called a baby this recently on Twitter. Mids.
Yeah.
Can't forget Mids.
When Mids showed up, it was like, oh, you mean when I peel it apart, it doesn't just spray seeds everywhere? And like bandsaw marks on the outside. This is great.
Steak, you missed it. The whole like first 5 minutes when we very first sparked our shit, we were just coughing the whole time and actually couldn't talk.
It's just terrible audio. It's just a bad idea. I'm so glad I thought of it.
Can't be worse than Stugat's just fake laughing over nothing.
Yeah. I think that's almost become a reflex for him. Yeah. My mother-in-law is like
any amount of silence, he just wants to throw in his fake laugh. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I think Chris was right when he said that Stugatz just has it queued up to get at least 1 or 2 hits in every single day. You know, it's like that's just what I got to do. Is if I get a Kevin Durant taken or I get a Chris Paul taken, you know, maybe both, maybe they're morphed into the same one, then I'm good.
Yeah, you can just throw those on autopilot at this phase and just, oh yeah, I can run you through that take. Give me the ball.
Speaking of crazy takes, did y'all see that footage of Skip Bayless and Stephen A talking about LeBron and MJ differently than they do now?
No.
Oh my God. It was Lewis who retweeted it. That's how I saw it. And Skip is literally saying, we both know that LeBron is a better rebounder, better passer, bigger, is just all around more skilled. And Stephen A's like, that's true. and you think about it now, and neither of them are on that shit.
No.
Skip has made his second part of his career about hating LeBron.
He's got that lane.
He's doing the Stephen A. wrestling character thing, where it's just
right.
So over the top, and yeah, it works. And making a lot of money doing that.
Play to your audience.
Meanwhile, I'm writing about macaroons.
So you wanted to get me on to talk about some entertainment-ish.
Yeah, I heard you use the term grip, and that's one of those that like we're all familiar with. I didn't know that I knew what it meant. Like gaffer and best boy, which not to be confused with good boy. It's my dog. He's a very good boy. But yeah, like grip, I had to look it up. So kind of walk me through what it is that you do.
Yeah. So the real term is stagehand, and
he jerks off the stars.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the key grip.
Yeah. I haven't worked that way up, but, no, so essentially Jacksonville is more of a concert town than anything. So I'm, moving around those boxes that you see in hallways where photos are taken backstage. I like to say I'm a professional box pusher because there's a lot of just putting stuff in boxes, taking stuff out of boxes, and then storing the boxes.
Yeah. Hey, all that shit you got out earlier, you go put that all back away again. That'd be great.
Yeah, just like we tell you to. And that's another thing about it. Most companies in the concert industry part of things, they've really thought about their loadouts to a point where it's like neck down work completely.
Wow. Well, I suppose because every company's got to you've got to micromanage that. There's inefficiencies in too many steps. So if this is the way that it goes in and out the best, do it that way.
Yeah, and there's also a big difference between each city's abilities. They're not to toot our own horn, but local 115, we set some records and constantly hear about people coming from Orlando where they're just like, that was the worst loadout ever. It's good stuff.
I was going to ask you that too. Is in the beginning, is it something that you have to take a checklist? But if you're saying they've got this all mapped, then that kind of takes that out of the equation.
Yeah, the checklist is above my pay grade.
Right. So just
at this point, I'm just like an ant. I'm just an ant in the equation.
Okay. So how did you come into this? Was this you go to some school for this or school of hard knocks? And
yeah, not quite. There was once upon a time where I thought I was going to be an actor. And that is what I went to school for directly after high school.
Cool.
And whatever. I really realized quick that I'm not going to make it as an actor, but I've always been pretty good with my hands, and I fell into doing the backstage work there, ended up being the shop supervisor for a few years, was really big in the production side stuff there. And my mentor there, he actually works with not just our local, but with the entire union on their education board. And, there's a couple students every year that he tells us to go and hey, y'all should sign up. It's good money. And you're going to walk in knowing more than fucking half the people that are there,
Right. And that'll put you ahead. Right.
Yeah.
Right,
I walked in a journeyman. I did.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it was. And that was an awesome first career option that I tried to ride out for a little bit, but, the sleep schedule, I just can't hang. So I had to go back to school, and that's why the teacher stuff is going to be the next chapter.
Right. No, I had a buddy that he was in something with recording, and he had got to work with some big names. I think I ran into his mom one day and she's like, yeah, he quit doing that. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Dream job. Nah, if you want to record from midnight to 6 a.m. in a room full of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, man. And the money is good, but like, the nail on the head right there. My sleep schedule is basically from like 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, and you got when
you got to get
playing.
shit done. Yeah,
Right.
You got to get shit done during those. Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Exactly.
But I still do it like on the weekends.
Yeah, and it's something I think you'd always be able to come back to. I don't know, like you said, if that's a union deal where you can't just step back in. That's just a kick-ass thing to have.
The saying is true. For every person on stage, there's 5 backstage.
Right.
So the demand is always there, especially in a city like Jacksonville. Duval.
I got to properly train how to do that. I don't think I do it quite right.
Oh, let me hear it.
Oh, I don't know. Now you made me nervous. Let
me hear it. Come on, just say it out there.
All right. So it's long on the U. I think that's where most people mess it up.
Both vowels. It's both vowels.
Okay, it's both. All right. So it's Duval.
No, see, you're doing it like Chris Whittingham did that one day. Yeah, no. So you got to bring it more from your chest.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely say it with your chest.
So it's the timbre down here. It's a Duval.
Much better. We're going to work on it a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, you got to hold out that all a little bit longer too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, almost the same length, but a little bit more on the ooh.
Okay. So we're going to hit the Michael Buffer on the all and carry that guy out. All right. I'm going to work on it.
Before the end of this pod, you'll have it down.
Put that in the arsenal for later and pull that out. So sweet. Yeah. Like I said, I had my background's totally different. Like I trained to do the little piddly shit, like set up, somebody's wedding or some shit like that. So it was all just CYA. Make sure you got cables. Make sure you're doing this. So here in your end where it's like, nope, shit's in boxes. It's all labeled. It rolls out. Like that sounds refreshing.
Yeah. And so I do enjoy some workshop days too. There's a couple of private companies out of Jacksonville that will hire our labor like during the busy season and stuff. And I love a good workshop day where you are actually setting the truck, setting each box, making a checklist, making sure everything has what it needs to, like having your backup components. It's okay. I love me a good workshop day. It reminds me of actually my time at school where it was like
get everything put back
kind of
in
my
order.
Show.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're doing that where you're pulling it out and you got to trust everything's there, then at some point, some asshole needs to make sure it's there. Yeah.
Being that asshole is fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too
I
bad.
would say I enjoy that actually more than I do like the mass calls.
Right. Nice, more quiet, laid back, good checklist, like a good checklist. Good with that. Yeah, that sounds all right.
Yeah, man. And so another, at the end of basically not every movie, but every movie filmed in Georgia or most locations that's not California, and California, even a lot of them too. They use IATSE as well for most of their stuff, but you won't always see our emblem on there. But at the end of the credits for generally every movie made, you will see our logo right there. Like it is a huge, huge deal that we are. Yeah, I mean we're an international union. We handle film, music, theatrical productions. We do convention work. There's all sorts of stuff. Like anything that's awesome. Coming through that needs hands.
It's so cool to hear something on the larger scale and how it functions. But
oh man, it's wild actually seeing a giant stadium build. Just it's gone 10 hours later. That's one of the most crazy things to really. It's surreal sometimes.
Yeah,
like with the Rolling
Stones, shit's coming in.
Yeah.
Get your shit out so we can get this shit in. That's tight windows. I said that. So, but you make it sound like that breakdown really takes all the weight out of it.
You're still up till like 4 or 5. You can't sleep when you get home.
Right.
It's a bittersweet thing. There's a big reason why I went back and figured something else out. It's like, it's not the best.
What do you do in the in-betweens? when you're
sleep or do laundry.
Yeah, you're close enough where you can get off and you like head home and
most of the time, we do get calls for like Tallahassee and St. Augustine and like Fernandina. We do the car show up there. I mean, truthfully, St. Augustine, I'll come home to sometimes. I don't care. It's like I want my bed.
Yep, your own bed. Nothing makes up for that. Well, shit. Let's bring it back. We bring it back full circle. Finish where we started. Let's get back into the weed talk. I don't know if I can drop top 5 on you. I might have to. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Top
5.
Yeah, it's impromptu. I just came up with it now, but top 5 ways to smoke.
Bang, 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 bang.
We'll get it in post.
Not just for the top 5 list, but for the one and only
Hell yeah. Man, you weren't joking about the curveballs. I'm getting them left and right here.
Oh, yeah. All right, number 5. Apple.
Ooh.
See, I got fruit outside looking in because it's a novelty, but it's a one-time thing, you know?
Okay. We'll put that on the OLI. Number 1.
Wait, so are we doing a group top 5? Because I have my list. I found it right here.
Okay.
You want to go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
And now, a TGIF exclusive. The top 5 ways to smoke with Ron, Barrett, and Powell. Take it away, fellas.
Let's start at number 5.
Am I a robot?
No, you're not. Number 5, we have, what are they called? The plug-and-play pens.
Oh.
A little, a little dab in the vape.
Yeah, the little discreet. Okay, I can
little
dig
discreetsies, yeah. Nice little easy way. The smell isn't that noticeable. You want to just go to the restroom real quick while you're at the movies. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say that my number 5 is a little Pin J. Just a real quick little Pin J to be out and about with. You bring it to a jumbo shrimp game or something, body it in like a couple minutes, passing it with a buddy. In and out.
Yep, no harm, no foul, no sticky residue. Well, actually, a sticky residue, but no evidence, and that's the main thing. Well, in that vein, I guess my number 5, I'm going to take the little metal one-hitter. It was a staple of back in the day, carry it in your pocket and try to get away with one. Mm-hmm. The classic.
Did you have a dugout?
Off and on. I wasn't, I loved the idea. The execution never made me happy.
You just put all your ground up weed in that little container and it still doesn't really come out. It just presses down.
Forms into, little layers. You have to get a small hook and start peeling them out. Like, oh shit. It's a weed
still
from
dumping it out on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great in theory and not so much in execution. But yeah, I got one spring loaded now, but I still do.
All right, pal, number 4.
Number 4. A nice little joint on a cool summer's night outside. You know what I'm saying? That way you could visually see the smoke a lot better.
I do, yeah. The outside is such a
part
big...
of it.
Oh, yeah.
Or a little hot box ski, Whatever,
hot box ski.
Whatever floats your boat.
As long as it's not my car.
Mm-hmm. Not a fan of the smell.
Not a fan of going to work the next day and opening my car and being like, God damn it.
The problem with this sweatshirt. I'm like, oh shit, somebody forgot to do the shirt laundry.
Somebody pulling you aside. Hey bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
I would say my number 4 way is a good old dab. Taking a dab out of a rig, doing the whole process. It is a little bit of a process, but I love me a good dab.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Is that a little too new age for you, Ron?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I am kind of old school. I forget when you said the thing. You're as old as the Jags. It's like, oh man. All right, shit. I forgot I'm old.
You remember the Jags coming into the league being a big thing.
I do. It was a big deal. Damn it, Jags and Panthers coming together.
Yeah.
A couple of cats cutting it up.
Look at that.
Well, number 4, I think I'm going to go with just your standard glass like Chillum type deal. Like,
Ooh.
it's nice, convenient size. You get a good loaded up, just right. Get
The
2 or
Chillum
3.
is classic. That's
Yeah.
a classic.
I do love a good one. Glass. So I got the metal. Now I fill in with the glass. So number 3.
Number 3. Okay, this is where we start getting down to the nitty gritty and it gets a little, a little tough. But even though it's a rough one, there's just a nostalgic feeling to a piece. Just a good old glass piece. So I'm gonna go at number 3, a glass piece.
Solid.
Yeah, and it can get a little harsh, but
Yeah.
that is.
And if you get the
also a
good
classic.
carb on there, you get
Actually, can I switch that to a bubbler?
Yeah,
Is that
there you
fine?
A
go.
little bit of water.
All right.
I want a little bit of water. So bubbler,
Yeah.
because it's like a best of both worlds. So you get that bubbler. So number 3, bubbler.
Ta-da!
Very nice.
All right, my third one is it can be a little bit wasteful. As you saw, I had a kind of a gorilla thumb earlier, but a blunt. I love me a blunt. I'll smoke me a gram in 10 minutes and not even think about it. Be fucking stoned.
Absolute classic throwback.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna maybe shock and surprise and go the opposite direction because number 3, I've come to really like my vape pen. Handy dandy. Easy to wind up in
Okay,
some
so you're on some new age.
little bit.
One, 2 puffs of that, and you're set, my friend. I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Bring a little science into this.
Oh hell yeah. Number 2. Gravity. Good old gravity bong. Get a nice little 5-gallon, cut the bottom out, find a good bucket, and then just absolutely fry your mind and make sure you have nothing going on for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's another one that's a process, but it's like
it's an
I'm gonna be smoking a GB all day,
maybe not all day, maybe like one, and then I'm gonna sit down for a long time.
Yeah, that's typically anything more than that. I mean, sometimes just even that one puts you out right immediately.
So my number 2 is Christmas.
I was so high I didn't actually see it coming.
What's your number 2?
It's your turn.
Oh, speaking of too high, where do we leave off? Yeah, I got to go with the classic, just a good old bong in all of its incarnations. Little bubblers. I got my little beaker, giant 2-stage monstrosities, plastic. You name it. There's so many bongs. I love them.
So you would put the bubbler in the category of a bong?
I feel they're like cousins.
Bong adjacent.
Yeah, there's
Definitely bong adjacent. Definitely bong adjacent. But
Yeah, anytime you get the water involved, you're kind of on that tree.
Yeah.
so if I may skip you for number 1, pal, just because it's relevant, a bong is my number 1.
That was my number 1 as well, so it was relevant for me, and I was next. And you just
So we're bong brothers, bro.
But I was gonna go specifically a honeycomb. I like me a honeycomb bong. I like the smooth rip and pull that you get with one of those bad boys.
Just a straight tube with the honeycomb. Yeah, I can dig
I'm
it.
not familiar with that one.
So it looks
It's a little perk
like a
inside the bong.
honeycomb.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the best way
gotcha.
to explain it.
Sure. Yep. No, my brother's got all that shit. He was in a glass blowing for like a week or 2.
Hell yeah. That's fucking rad. Making your own shit? Fuck yeah.
He's in Illinois, so they can grow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I actually I have a really tragic honeycomb story.
Oh no.
I had 2 at the time. One of them had an ice catcher and my honeycomb did not. And I totally broke that perk just throwing ice down the 18-inch tube.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Ooh.
It was horrible.
I was
Yeah.
like breaking glass.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Well, and that's
Absolute
the bonus of my number 1 is I don't have to worry about breaking a joint. I went old school again. Something about
In both of our top 5s as well, though. It's a good one.
I agree. Like you said, with the blunt can be very wasteful, but as Pau nailed, outside on the perfect kind of weather when the cloud just hangs right over you, and throw on some music and grab a beverage of choice. I'll sit out back. I do that all night.
Here's the
Number
that,
one,
my friend.
big fat doobie.
There we go.
I'm also. Oh, I got another outside looking in.
Oh, hell yeah.
What was the first outside looking in?
Apple fruit.
Apple. Yeah.
Classic.
So, also a spliff. That I will roll up a spliff if I'm rolling like joints.
And there you go. Let's go, Ron. Okay.
Yeah, this is Stone Beach Sessions.
Right? Yeah, the genius idea to get really, really high and record things, because sound quality is fantastic.
I can give you some sound quality.
There was that one time on Cutthroat when y'all were like demanding me to rip my bong into the mic more.
Yeah, because you were just so far away.
I mean, I'm sure I yelled Duval earlier and it peaked out. It happens.
I ain't afraid. Half-assed as it comes.
That's you're talking to the
shit.
half-ass master right here.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
we're on the
Wow,
clock.
Zoom. That's kind of aggressive. Wow, Ron, you don't even have the
Stu got
full
special.
Zoom.
I told you, man. Half-assed podcast. It's right in the name. Like a minimum effort.
Mm-hmm.
Pal, before we get
Bingo.
booted, do you want to plug anything?
Hell yeah, I'll get you 12 listeners.
I'll gladly take them. We'll add them to our 4. Listen to the Cutthroat Pod. That's at Cutthroat Cast. There we go.
Nice.
And Lauer Hour. There we go. Lauer After Hours.